Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky here. So I'm currently working on the 66 Chevelle, the green one over there on the lift on the other side of my 66. That thing's a total stock, sort of, well, kind of stock survivor car. The owner has been driving it since she was 16 years old in high school. That's like her own, that's her driver. She's not driving that, she's driving her dad's truck, which is like a 60 or 71 or 72 C10. Maybe 68 or 9, but either way, that body style. And decided to step it up. Talked her in over a matter of years. Talked her into doing an AC upgrade. I got a hold of Vintage Air. I got all this stuff. We can talk about that. We can talk about all of that when I get over there. But right now, I have the dashboard out, heater box out, blower housing off. All the ducts and everything are all out, and the factory insulation or heat, I don't even know what it's called. The insulation basically under the dash is just rotten to the core. Now, some time ago, I reached out to DEI and I hit them up for some of their boom mat, which I really like, and a couple of their other products. And I have it all right here, and I'm going to show you what I got. So, what I do like, and I've used quite a few times, is this. I have this on my 66 Chevelle. The cool part about this heat shield is it is got a metal housing on one side. I should probably flip this around to find out what it's actually called, because I just call everything heat shield. This is called Floor and Tunnel Shield Extreme Heat Barrier, self-adhesive with self-adhesive backing. So yeah, cool part is that this is the 42 by 48. It's a big old sheet of the stuff. And they sell it in 21 by 24, 21 by 48, 42 by 48. So basically 3.5 square feet, 7 square feet, 14 square feet. This is 14. So check this out. I have a piece over there I think I already cut. Probably not off of that one. But it is a heat shield here with corrugated aluminum here. The cool part about all that is the adhesive that's built into it. This stuff really works amazing for under the car. For example, my Chevelle, I have that stuff lining the entire inside of the transmission tunnel, just to keep the heat out of the inside of the car. There's a good amount of heat. It's going to get built up in the transmission tunnel. Since it was all new metal, nice and clean, I cut a piece out. I think cut a couple pieces out. Cut them up just like this. And you peel back the adhesive, just a paper, and it sticks wherever you put it. And when it sticks on there, you have a nice little air gap right there to keep the heat out. And it's actually not unattractive. And so on other vehicles, I've actually taken a piece of aluminum and bent it, say, over the catalytic converter, built a heat shield, and then put that on it also. You could get away with just putting that on the floor where the catalytic converter, if the exhaust gets a little bit close. I've actually installed it, and not necessary, but put a pop rivet through a small ID, large OD, little tiny washer, just to put it up there and make it more permanent. And that actually looked good and worked good. But what we're getting to right now is going to be under the carpet. We're going to be talking about sound and heat. I went crazy with these guys. When they sent me this stuff, I was jazzed. This is like jute padding to go under the carpet, make the whole inside of your car quiet and cool. But what I'm dealing with right now is the boom mat. I love this stuff. I can just snatch out maybe 3 or 4 pieces. Yeah, a couple more. Also, if you use this stuff, don't throw any of the pieces away, because every little piece counts. And we'll grab a few of these. We'll go over to the car. And you know what? We should get sticks. Sticks needs to do the job. Now we'll come back for them. Okay. So the deal with this car is it was a factory AC car, but taken all the factory AC stuff out. It had already been sort of gutted, pieces missing, nothing sealing, and it was not doing the job. I had considered, oh, we can save that, but the evaporator was gone, everything was gone. So I made a block off plate for the firewall. You can see it down there. I used panel bond to install all that. I cut it to fit perfectly the way that one is. Put a little break in it, rolled the edges, panel bond and tech screws. I'll paint that black. Put the wheel well back in. It will last the lifetime. Got to use 3M panel bonder or panel adhesive. Then we can just hop in. So under the dash here, let's see if I can do this, is the old sort of jute padding. So she's got some carpet glued in here. All the stuff that was on the top here, that's all gone. The disadvantage is you're gonna hear all the stuff, the engine bay. A lot of heat comes through. Also these old plugs that used to hold them all, they're all sort of dry rotted and missing. I mean, quite a few of them are anyway. So we'll take all those out, we'll clean this all off, and we'll do boom mat all the way across there. Do it under the carpet down here. We'll do the whole top of the cowl here. When you put this stuff on, you need to just iron it up real well with a roller. And I think it will be awesome. Be nice and quiet in here and much cooler. Okay, let me get Sticks McGann over here to do his job. Be right back. All right, so Sticks is over there. I'll go get him in a second, but let's start tearing this stuff off. That is years of dirt and funk right there. Hey, look, there's a trash can right there. That works out perfect. Now I see a piece of palm and tape. That is possibly holy palm. Tape there to keep the owner safe. It also, let me see. Yeah, no, it's taped there on purpose because that is masking tape. So I'll be leaving that. Somebody's grandma or mom put that there for a reason. Cut these off. These are actually surprisingly good. Usually these things are like hardened. You can just knock them off. These are pretty close. Pretty close to their expiration date. Cool thing about the boom mat, when I put it in here, it will be plugging up all these holes. Okay, so I'm just concerned with beneath the heater box or behind the heater box, because I can always pull the carpet up and add more. I'm being careful not to disturb the holy palm Worked all this time. So that will always be there now. Alrighty. Now, one more piece underneath. Okay, so I'm using all of that over the area that's going to be covered by the heater box. And then, so this will allow me to move forward. All that over there, when I take it off the lift, I can get in here a little more comfortably. I will take care of that. Now, all right. Okay, time for the heater box to go in. Okay, progress. Stock heater box is installed on the firewall. Heater hoses are hooked up. I've reinstalled the wheel well. The AC compressor is mounted. I have not tightened it yet, but the belts are all lined up, as you can see. Triple bullet pulley on the bottom. I did have to change the power steering pump to one that had a nut on the actual pump. I think that's a later model. So, but either way, be able to hook that back up. It's lined up pretty nice with that bottom pulley. Alternator's in a good spot. I might be changing some of that anyway. Yeah, progress. I am going to take the hood latch back off and then take out the reinforcement back there. I'm going to cut the reinforcement so that I can take the trans cooler and lay it down there where you don't see it. Just looks a little hokey like that. I don't care for it. So this stuff is all just going to get stuck in a box and stuck on a shelf. Too good to throw away. But who knows, when you're going to need a factory AC blower housing, it could happen. That's it for today anyway. Back on this thing tomorrow. Pretty sure I'll have this thing wrapped up tomorrow. I'll be installing the dashboard and cleaning up some wiring inside there. Okay, so I think we're just about wrapped up on this. We have tons of old stuff we took out of here. So this was the original vintage air I was going to put in. But I think the housing is just too big. That would be great in a a van or a truck or something that has a larger cabin. The seat's a little bit higher, but because this vehicle has the seat that sits a little bit lower, I opted to use a different one that I happen to have. Oh, I gotta hook that ground up. And blew it all out with the air hose. But this is also a vintage air piece. I like it because it has the square vents. There's actually 4 vents here, so you can adjust each one to your liking. But I like it because it fits where it is. I also am going to cut a piece of carpet, lay it on the top, and put a piece of foam right there, so you can set stuff there if necessary. But yeah, stuck our gauges back down there. Obviously the dashboard's back in, everything's plumbed. The entire firewall from about the top of your toes all the way up to the dash is all boom matted. Yeah, interior lights working. That's all hooked up. Time for a test drive in this thing, and that is good because it is plenty hot today. Let me just give it the once over twice. If you recall, last time I worked on this thing, I did the core support and installed a new radiator and water pump and all that good stuff. This time, yeah, I mounted the accessory drive, new belts, new pulleys. I got all the original AC stuff and put in 2 block-off plates, one here, one there. Some panel bond is what I used on that, and some pop rivets. Looks kind of racy. And I think, yeah, I charged this thing up. We put the air cleaner on it, and we'll fire it up, bring it up to temperature, and go for a cruise. Job is not actually done until it goes for a spin. I know it's in there somewhere. There it is. There was a lot of extra wiring in here that I thinned out because it was going nowhere quick. I am gonna put a zip tie on this. Yeah, from here to there. So there's a little alternator harness right here. There was a zip tie on it before. And hold on, hold please. Yeah, I'll trim that up. But there's a zip tie holding that. I think when you're accelerating, the wind was blowing that back dangerously close to the header. I think we're good. Yeah, so I let the car sit here and run at temperature in the shop for a long time, and there was no temperature issues. Didn't run hot. It runs at 180 on a cool day. On a hot day, it runs at 190, and fans are running. So I turned on the AC and let it sit here for a half hour, 45 minutes after it was already at temperature, and the AC was only good for maybe 10 degrees in cool weather, or you know, in regular weather, sitting in traffic. Basically, it was still 190, 195. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get in the wind. Let me get my remote. I do a lot of time work. I do a lot of projects working alone. Works for me. And now I can just lock the shop up. I grab the remote. Got my phone. go grab me a little lunch snack. I don't want to do it in the green Chevelle. Let me take that stuff off the dashboard. Yeah, the pepper spray, get that out of here. See if this stuff will fit in the glove box. I did not necessarily know that it will. I know that stuff will. This can go down here. Some of these glasses can go right there. All right, let's just see. 2 pumps. Okay, I feel good. My foot doesn't really hit anything. Like it's about the middle of the car, so I feel good about that. I'm not gonna lie, that feels very nice. And drive. On the test drive, and I looked down, the temperature started to climb up a little bit. I was just like, wow, I smell that. I recognize that smell. That is the smell of coolant. What happened is the radiator, or the heater hose, that I did not replace. Yeah, the heater hose that I did not replace tore right there. So I'll just be putting new heater hoses on this thing, and I think we'll be good to go. Okay, give it a quick bath. I think it looks great. Let that soak just a little bit, hose it down. Okay, that's it. Test drive. Had a little coolant issue, resolved that. Cleaned the motor, placed the coolant, took care of the hose. I think it's ready to go. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Definitely don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Please share, comment, like the video if you like the video. And if you're building something cool, as always, tag me, Mobile Tech Lucky, on all the platforms. That way I can check out what you're building. Thanks a lot. See you later.